Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Neil Reviews It Currents. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
Neil reviews it. What is it? It's the thing that Neil reviews. Neil reviews it. That is, if he doesn't screw it up.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Neil Reviews It Currents. Please like, share, subscribe. Come see me live when we're allowed out of our homes. Oh, the 7-inch is available. Please check that out on enjoytheriderecords.com or on Spotify or iTunes digitally. And, the podcast, In Traffic with Neil Rubenstein. That's out there in the world for free on Spotify and Anchor, Stitcher, Google, Apple Podcasts, all the places. Today on Neil Reviews It Currents, we are going to discuss the current film Fantasy Island. This is a Blumhouse production, and they let you know right off the bat that it's a horror. First thing is a very horror-esque thing. Not horror. The very first thing is very thriller-y, so. And not thriller like Michael Jackson Thriller, like a thriller. So. Does it look like I'm crying? I feel like my eye is bugging out a little. Movie stars Lucy Hale and Maggie Q. It made it seem like they're popular people. I don't know who they are. Also, Michael Pena from the Ant-Man movies. He's very funny in those. He's not funny in this. Oh, Jin Yang from Silicon Valley. He's in this. What's his name? Stand-up comic Jimmy Yang is his name. He's very funny. He's very funny in Silicon Valley. He's very funny in this. He's a good comic relief. Tig from Sons of Anarchy. He's in this. He does some, he plays like a bad guy. And Merle from The Walking Dead season 1, maybe 2. He's the guy with the whistles for his arrow in Guardians of the Galaxy. What's his name? Oh, and the girl from Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot was that show with Kiefer Sutherland? No, Christian Slater. Kiefer Sutherland was 24. Christian Slater was Mr. Robot with that kid who was in War at Home with Michael Rappaport. Yeah, that was a fun show. It's like a modern horror take on the 70s TV show. In the TV show, Mr. Rourke, in this played by Michael Pena, in that played by Ricardo Montalban. Not Mandelbaum. Mandelbaum. Ricardo Montalban, who was in the second Planet of the Apes movie. No, the third. The third Planet of the Apes movie. When they come back to Earth, modern times. He's like runs the circus, I think, where they hide Caesar. Yeah, man, the movie, so it's a horror movie. And, Michael Pena as Mr. Rourke sets the rules right away. He says you can't, you get one fantasy each. All this stuff. Meanwhile, they're all part of someone else's fantasy. They give that away as like a little bit of a hint at one point. Jin Yang and his brother are being held hostage. And someone says, well, how do you know this is your fantasy? Maybe you're in someone else's fantasy. And so right there they set it up that later there's going to be a twist. And we're going to be in someone else's fantasy. And they do it. And there's tons of holes in that. There's tons of, well, why would that happen if that were to happen? If she was going to do that, why did she do that? Why didn't she just do this? But that's what they, you know, it doesn't make any sense because there's things where she justified, I'm trying not to give anything away, so I'm just going to say that one of the female leads justified saving the other female by saying she wanted her to know that she was not useless, that she served a purpose, like a validation, which I fully get as a stand-up comedian. Fully get you needing validation, but she, in doing so, there's some moments of like panic and anxiety where she was just playing for the camera at that point because the other girl couldn't see her. No one else was in the room. So why are you playing a surprise? You're playing a surprise for the camera. You know what everything's gonna do. You don't need to be like, I wonder what this is gonna do. So yeah, I didn't buy it. It didn't, for fun, I'll give it a ceramic dragon. I was in. I had fun. I enjoyed it. For story, nah. Rubber duck at best. So many holes. Too many holes. Well, thanks for watching. This was dull. I appreciate your effort. They can't all be hits. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Please check out some other stuff on the channel. And maybe you'll enjoy a sketch or two, or one of my edits, or some jokes, or some other reviews. Thank you.
You refuse it. What is it? It's the thing.